Hi, we are back for our IG Live series, Mama Tortuga Community Friends. Today with an amazing treat. But oh yes, you will wonder why do I have this funny hat? I have to mention today is Fat Tuesday, so I have to call all my friends that are celebrating Fat Tuesday today. It's a celebration around the world. Hey, Cindy!
Hi.
And explaining to viewers why are we celebrating Fat Tuesday today?
Oh, funny. Oh my goodness.
Carnival time, baby.
That is so funny.
The last chance that you get to do all your early delights before the time that you have to do your spiritual practices. And I found it so fascinating that around the world, there's so many cultures that have carnival time this time of the year. And all of them are tied somehow with the spirit of like, let's have fun before we need to kind of like become more serious.
Yeah,
So
you should have told me. I would have put on something silly too.
I thought you will, because yesterday, we have a little duel together, and I saw your beautiful bow.
I'll go get it. It's right there. I'll go grab it.
Yes, that's nice. It's always a good time to celebrate, isn't it? And
Absolutely. Yes. Okay, mira.
yes,
I have to scoot back so you can see it, no?
yeah, this is my son's hat. I was looking for my hat, and guess what? I never found it. But anyways, so today is a treat. We got to have this amazing conversation with our friends from Booklandia. How are you?
Oh, doing very, very well today. Yes, we are very, very happy, yes, to be here on the live with Mama Tortuga. Johanna is an amazing, amazing person to have as a resource and a guide to raising bilingual and bicultural children. We are thrilled.
That's awesome, and I'm so glad that like we got together for doing this. I like to mention that like we visit the Miami Book Fair every year with my children in the
Wonderful.
search for it is in the quest for finding good quality Spanish books. And I remember
Yes.
I started taking my kids I would say 5 years ago. And at the beginning we always struggle. Like it was such
Yeah.
a hard time to kind of find good quality books that were original and relevant
Yeah.
for our culture and have children voices instead of like just translating and bad translation, by the way,
I know.
books that were already printed in English.
Yes.
So I wrote I think that happened 2 years ago. I wrote an article about places where you can find good quality Spanish books, and you guys were one of the sources. Like I went online, I did my research, and like I said, everything that I post in my page, I curated stuff. Like
Yeah.
I don't recommend things just because I think they're cute, or I recommend things, and that's why my series is called Community Friends, because
Yeah.
I like people that are doing things because they really believe in our community.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're right. The quest to find high quality, representative, and beautiful literature in Espanol and bilingual is difficult. So Maceo Cabrera Esteves, our founder and CEO, and myself, I'm Izzy Chia. I'm the marketing director. We are committed to taking that hard job of finding that literature and just doing it for you. What we do is we acquire books from all over Latin America, South America, the Caribbean, and Spain, also the US, in one spot at booklandiabox.com. And we offer our books in different ways. So you can buy books individually. We have a tienda online, but we
Nice.
also offer this subscription service that the majority of our customers sign up for, because it takes the guesswork out of trying to figure out which books to get for your child. So what you have to do is just tell us if you want all Spanish or bilingual, and you tell us the age and reading level of your child. And that's it.
That's
We do
amazing.
everything else.
And I have to tell you, I received like a wonderful book, a book box from you guys, and I wanted to show our audience. And of course, if you miss out this IG live, it's fine. Chill out. I will put it in my IGTV and my website, mamatortuga.org. Because I want to show you the amazing quality of these books. By the way, she also sent me some printouts to color for my kid. But what I like the most is that it's personally curated for you and your family. So I have an 11-year-old and I have an 8-year-old. So they're not really into like picture books anymore, but these books are amazing. And these are totally, you know, like something that my kids would totally enjoy reading. She also sent one chapter books, which these are really hard to find in Spanish, people.
Yeah.
Like people, it's a struggle, like to find chapter books for children of that age. You're always trying to find like good books that are in Spanish, and yeah, you end up like ordering from Mexico or Spain. So you don't have to do that anymore. You just can like contact Booklandia and they totally curate your books for you.
Yes, we do. Yeah, absolutely.
You know, this is a great story with relevant characters, and I love it. I love it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad. Yeah, and I have examples here as well of some of the books that we offer for the various age ranges. So I have here some really great board books, right? These are all original board books for our babies. I mean, we even have like, Mamá, ¿qué se mueve ahí adentro? Right? So talking about pregnancy with your baby or with your elder child who's about to be a sibling, right?
Yes. Hold on. Creadas para Amar is asking, like, what are you talking about today? We're talking about Spanish books of quality here in the United States. So, and the struggle for families that want to find these books accessible. So our friend Izzy from Booklandia is sharing the books that they have to offer at their website and also their subscription box.
Yes, and that's where the majority of our customers end up doing. They subscribe, so it takes the guesswork out of having to choose the books for your child. Each customer has we have files on all our customers, so we know exactly what we've already sent to you. So you won't get any duplicates, so that's good.
That's awesome. That is
yes.
If, you know, many of us already have a collection of Spanish books, you know, and we don't want to duplicate those books. So it's great that
we've only had one instance where we sent a duplicate and we ended up just telling them, oh, just donate it to the library because they need it too.
That is so great.
Yeah. So
the other topic that I wanted to talk to you guys, because there are other subscription boxes out there for Spanish, but I want to mention that yours totally jump out to my attention because of their, first of all, the topics.
Yes.
A lot of the amazing topics that you guys choose to offer your audience. I have to remember, like, you guys also offer a lot of the books del Sur books, which I personally adore. They're totally like feminist, well done research, historically accurate. And I don't know, for a lot of families, at least for mine, it's very important to find books that are relevant to our situation as Latinos here in the United States. And I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Like, how did you guys decide which books do you want to offer, and Why? Like, why is that important for you guys?
Well, at Booklandia, we're really, really big about representative literature and diverse literature. And they also need to be authentic voices. That's the biggest thing for us. Maceo is Cuban American, and I'm Dominican Mexican American.
Wow,
I grew up
what
in
a
Corpus Christi,
nice.
Texas, the home of Selena. I was there.
Wow.
So it's something that, you know, growing up as a young girl, a young Latina, I mean, we just sort of assumed that, the books that we would be reading wouldn't be about us. The girls wouldn't look like us. They wouldn't sound like us in bilingual households. It's things like Nancy Drew. Okay, Nancy Drew is
And isn't it
great,
funny
but
that
she
we
doesn't
always
look or sound
adjust?
like me.
Like, I always tell people, like, we are always called out to adjust, we grew up like adjusting to all these other worlds that not necessarily were ours. It's not like we're complaining about it. Like, it's just that it's so great to be able to have books that really speak to your situation or your
Yeah,
background, or
yeah,
you can see yourself in it. Like, there's
yeah.
so many studies that show like the difference that it makes in a child's identity.
Absolutely. And it's something to say also that a lot of us are children of immigrants. My mother came from the Dominican Republic in the 60s. She fled Trujillo. So
Yeah,
we need to hear stories
exactly,
about our history, our parents,
exactly.
our families, and understand that, you know, as um, as difficult as it may be to find it, we at Booklandia are trying to make it easier for you to find these stories. We want to bring these stories to light. We want to elevate the voices of color in our country, and
Yeah,
tell
because
them,
that was another question
yeah,
that I have for you guys. A lot of people are saying, well, like language learning is decreasing right now. Like Spanish speakers are not really, that, important or popular. I've been encountered myself, like people telling me like English only. So what is your take on that? Like, do you see really a decrease in Spanish speaking?
I actually, in my community, I'm in Houston.
Yeah,
So in Houston, we are probably one of the most diverse and culturally rich communities in the United States.
that's
Um, and we hear all kinds of languages in Houston.
that's
My
wonderful.
husband is Cambodian German. I'm
Whoa,
Dominican Mexican.
multicultural,
Oh,
totally
our babies are
multicultural.
beautiful. But we have a lot of languages around here. My best friend is Taiwanese, but she
That's
grew up in Brazil, so we're
wow.
everywhere. So I feel
Boom.
like the argument of English only in this country is kind of, it's just very flat. It's a flat argument because the way I look at it, and the way that the majority of the people around me look at it, especially in Houston, is that the more languages you speak, the more friends you have.
Yes.
I
Yes.
tell my bilingual, I do bilingual story time for preschoolers once a month, and I like to tell them, si puedes hablar en español, tienes doble de amigos. You have twice as many friends because you can speak in Spanish. And they love it. I mean, what
Yes.
preschooler doesn't want to play with more friends, right? So
Exactly. So
that to
yeah,
me,
and I think that's so important to transmit. And like I find myself constantly telling people the importance of learning any language, not only in Spanish. I do
right.
live here in South Florida, and we do have a lot of multicultural people, like from everywhere, the same way you encounter in Houston. So I am a believer in societies where we can embrace instead of shame, instead of
Yeah.
attacking. We can embrace, because that doesn't mean that if someone else's culture exists, that doesn't mean that my culture cannot exist.
Yeah.
Actually, we can collaborate, we can coexist, and have
Yeah.
respect and mutual respect for each other. And I
Absolutely.
think that's the wonderful part of exposing children, any children. I'm not talking here just Latin children, Hispanic
Right.
children, all children to
All children.
books that can also offer different faces and different stories.
Sí. Podemos
Um,
llevarnos bien.
yes,
I got this one.
it
I got
starts
this
at
one in my
home.
Booklandia box last month for my children because I have two boys and they are almost 3 and almost 6. So you can tell they're butting heads quite a bit. So we needed something like this. So Marcea knew.
Yes,
She knew. She's like, I'm just going to send you this one. And it was a great book for us. It has really, really helped bridge that, dealing with the headstrong kids and whatnot. But, to translate this to our culture talk, yes, we can all get along. There's so
yes.
many things that we have in common. So
Well,
many things.
exactly. And bottom line, what I always tell to people is like, all of us are human.
Yes.
All of us have dreams, all of us have goals in life, and all of us have faults.
Yeah.
So when we're listening a lot of this rhetoric, and sadly, like seeing people that are buying into it, I feel like we need to keep doing what we're doing, which is calling the community also to culture themselves into teaching their children the reality, teaching
Absolutely.
them the real history, and being proud of who you are, regardless.
Yeah.
And this
Absolutely.
is empowering. Books are empowering, like the same way as arts. I'm a lover of music myself, and in my house, we're always exposing them to music. But
Yeah.
culture in general, and actually that's what I do a lot of in my Mama Tortuga, side on my Instagram. I love traveling to cultures, even inside my own community, because that's part of where we are growing up.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
this is our extended family. We are living in a community. You're not living in a void. So it's so wonderful that you guys are present. And
Thank
seriously,
you.
I'm so thankful that we found each other through
Yes. Yes.
Instagram. It was through Instagram, no kidding. And I want you to also talk a little bit about your challenge of Leemos 3000. I think that's
Yes!
wonderful.
Yay! Okay, so our challenge, we have Leemos 3000 going on. So as a community, we are trying to log 3,000 hours of reading in Espanol. Yes. If you are on Instagram, check out Booklandia Box, and we have all the details on the challenge post. Maybe we can also link it on your page too. But
Yeah.
yeah, so that
Well,
the
actually,
idea is
I already have a landing page for this video on my
okay.
website. I will be
Great.
linking it as soon as I post my Instagram my Instagram TV for
Great.
this video. But I want to invite everyone to join. Like you were telling me yesterday that this invitation is made for pretty much everyone who
Everybody.
read a Spanish book.
Yeah.
So if you're even learning Spanish,
Yes.
and you have a book that you've been kind of like neglecting for a while, and you say, oh my gosh, maybe
Pick it
I should
up.
read it, and encourage myself to practice my reading in Spanish.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Like I'm going
Yeah.
to sign up. I want to sign up both of my kids because I'm the mom. But
Excellent.
and tell them, hey, you should read these books for a while, and we can log together some of these hours to get to your goal.
Yes. I'll be posting reading log reminders every Saturday, but I just logged in this morning and we already have hit 93 hours logged. So I'm happy. We're getting
It's
there little by
wonderful.
little.
And that's what bottom line, like that's something that, I don't broadcast pretty much everyone in my Instagram lives. And the reason is because I want to do emphasis in companies that are really doing something for the community. Or
Yeah.
people who are really reaching out, branching out, besides what they're doing online. And I think that's pretty much it. Like you guys are totally working in your community, encouraging parents in your community, and also offering an amazing product, which is like quality books in Spanish,
Mhm.
and encouraging us to keep doing what we're doing, which is
Yeah.
not easy sometimes. Raising children in 2 or 3 or 4 languages is not easy. So this is something that most parents should like take advantage. I
Yes.
understand it struggles sometimes because of the money, but I also believe that bottom line is something that is worth it. You know, many times we don't think about buying the child a toy or something else. And I always believe like giving books is such a gift for all your life, even if you know they don't read them anymore, but they can have their own library and they can have
Exactly.
it for their own children for the future.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what Booklandia is trying to do. We also have a donation program too. So like for every
Oh, tell us about it.
Booklandia box that we sell, we donate a book. So it's really
Oh,
we
wow,
just want
that's awesome. And where
access.
could you donate that book?
Yeah, well, right now I think we're doing Young Mothers United out of San Francisco. It's a kind of like a teenage pregnancy and young mothers group, and we
So
stock their
needed.
library at the moment. Yeah, so
Wow, that's so
that's been
wonderful.
fun. I mean, you know, we're whichever way possible that we can get books in the hands of our children, we will do it. Donation programs, we do book sets for teachers and libraries, even organizations like hospitals, like we have partnerships with
So
hospitals to
needed. So needed.
every way that we can get these books in the hands of our children, we're working to do it.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you also work with certain writers and authors, illustrators, or at this point you are not doing that. What are you
at,
doing?
at this point, with right now, every month, every Booklandia box goes out with a custom illustrator's illustration just for
Yes,
Booklandia.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
Yes, so that one was, I think it was Robert Trejo? No, was it?
I don't know. I cannot really recognize the signature. I'm sorry.
I think it was him. He was the writer and illustrator of Furkan's Flat Top. So that's another bilingual book. Um, so that yes, every month we've got a custom illustrator. In February, we
That's
featured Crystal
awesome.
Domi, and she is a fantastic letterer, illustrator, calligrapher extraordinaire. Um, next month, I'm not, or this month, I don't. I have to talk to Marcel to see who it is,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah. Oh,
but
that's
it's been
good. That's
great making
good.
those partnerships.
So
Um,
you know, I do have some followers that are illustrators around the country. So you guys also, you know, contact Booklandia if you know,
yeah.
if you would like to collaborate with them about like certain of your books. I love meeting writers and illustrators around, you know,
Yeah.
when they come to the book fairs and places like that because I think it makes it real. And I love that many of them are really pushing for like
Yeah.
diverse books and good quality books for our children. We're getting closer to our half hour.
Oh wow.
Sadly, you know, we cannot, yes, yes. We cannot go too long because it's hard for me to upload the video later. But
Yeah.
is there something else you would like to share with us today?
I guess the last thing would be is don't limit yourself. Don't try to keep yourself from learning, and the best way to learn is through books. I mean, even if you're struggling, even if you're having a hard time reading the Spanish, keep going. I tell that to my husband all the time. He's not a Spanish speaker, but he knows how important it is for our boys. So he really makes the effort, and we work together. We sound it out. Just get through those books. It's so important for our children and for yourself to keep the reading going. So that's what I want
Yeah.
to say.
That's
Yeah.
awesome. Thank you so much, Izzy. And I want to
You're
invite
welcome.
everyone who's going to see this video or just check it out on my Instagram or
Yes.
Instagram TV to check their website. And even if you guys don't have children, check their
You can
website
participate.
because I'm pretty
Mm-hmm.
sure you can also find books for yourself
Yes.
as an adult And even if if you're considering like giving a subscription box to someone else, like I
Yes.
think it's excellent present for any occasion.
Yeah.
So I wanted to say goodbye to everyone, like remembering that today is Fat Tuesday. Remember to misbehave in a good way.
Yeah.
Enjoy life. And also remember that your culture is not in a void. All of our cultures are tied together in one way or the other. And we are the ones that can make it very special. So let's use the tools that we have around us as books, music, even food to
Mhm.
make it relevant for our children and for the next generation.
Yes.
Thank you so much to everyone
Thank
who joined
you.
in. And I hope, hey, please keep me in the loop for everything Booklandia. I love you guys. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
if you guys want to do this in the future, or if you have a campaign or
Yeah.
something like that, like Come with Mama Tortuga, we're here.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Johanna. This has been great. Goodbye, everybody. Thanks for tuning in.
Bye, friends. Hasta
Bye.
luego.
Adios.